Okay, today I've been asked to sweep the chimney on this Stovax. It's a Brunell 2CB, and on first initial inspection of the fire you can see that there's a register plate there which is actually coming away because they've used screws and raw plugs instead of thunderbolts into the brick there. So I can see that's failed there a little bit, but I can just about see there's a liner in it. However, there's no inspection here on the flue pipe. So there's a swage here as well, so there's just not enough room to get an inspection hatch in there without making a custom made one. So today what I'm going to do, and just quickly demonstrate to you how to remove the baffle plate on this particular stove, because it's quite intricate. There's no access to the chimney because there's only a ½ inch slot up there, and you can see a series of Allen key bolts all the way around the circumference of the baffle plate, because this baffle plate actually allows air through the fabric of the plate to give it a tertiary air combustion. So I'm going to show you how to remove this this baffle. Although it looks pretty tricky, it's actually quite simple. Right, so I've cleaned out the stove and now and all the edges around, and now what I'm going to do is put my braddles through there. You can see I've stuck a braddle into the Scamalex board, and I'll do the same the other side. Now I've got myself two handles there. Now I can just grab hold of them, lift them up, and then bring the brick down like so. Lift it up at the angle, and slide the brick out. This is now exposing the rear of the stove. I'll just clean off the back of the stove here. Now the next thing I need to do, again, is get my braddles into the side bricks and remove them. Two on each side. Now we have the complete bare stove there. And what we're looking for, see if you can see there, is these two 10mm bolts here. One there and one there. And these are the only two bolts that it takes to lift this whole baffle plate down. So I'm just going to got to the van, got the socket set out there now, so I'm going to just get the crack off both of these bolts. One there, and then the second one. Okay, now it's going to start coming loose. Of course, all this could have been avoided if the register plate had been put up higher, and then that would have allowed for a sweeping access door, and I would have probably fitted one myself. Anyway, here it's the baffle plate, now loose. Now that's actually the easy part, because this baffle is so large that it's quite difficult to manoeuvre. So I'm going to attempt to show you how to do that now. Now the first thing you do, because it's so tight in here to get this baffle out, you need to remove the riddling grate, like so. If you can't remember how to get it back on, you should always photograph the setup before you actually remove anything. Then you can refer back to it from the photographs. Right, okay, I've got removed the grate, and believe me, you have to get this out because the clearance is that narrow that even these little bits here are going to interfere with you dropping that baffle plate down. So I'm just going to bring the plate down. It is quite heavy. Now that's enough obviously now that I can get in and sweep the chimney. But there's one thing to remember on this, is that underneath this part here there is a rope seal which connects the air inlet to the baffle plate. So you do have to try and get this out to then see and check to see if the rope's in place before you reposition it. That's quite heavy. Turn it around. And then bring it out to the start. The clearance is very, very tight, like so. And there you go. You can see that this rope now needs replacing because it's tore away here. And that's the air vent hole back there. So you can see it's cast iron, quite thick, and I'm going to put a new seal on there in a minute. Okay, now I can sweep the chimney. Okay, so before I set up for the sweeping, I'm going to block off the air vent down here so we don't have any soot or debris going down into that back of that air vent. Stuff a bit of kitchen roll down there. Job done there. I can now set up to actually clean the chimney. So here we are now in the back of the van. I'm just going to put some new rope on this seal. Now the only thing I would say about this is that the seal really wants to be well stuck on there before you engage in putting it back on, because you don't really know when you put it back on if the seal is still in place after you've done it. You just can't check that. So what I would recommend is I've got another job to do in this property anyway. So what I'm probably going to do is speed up the process in a minute by heating it up. It's got plenty of silicone on there, and I'm going to put an additional join on the rope to make it into a continuous loop. That's going to stop the ends coming away, like so. Like so. I'm going to use my blowtorch here to speed up the process. As you can see, I'm just burning off the moisture as well. This fire hasn't been used for a little while, so see all the moisture evaporating out of the cast iron. There you go. So I'm probably going to go along and do the other job now. and then by the time I come to fit this, it'll be lovely and sealed, and then it won't come off. Right, so I've done the rope air seal, it's on nice and firm now. So another thing you can do is, you remember how it came back in, you can always mark on here with some chalk of how I took it back in, so you can write top on here, so you know that's the top, it goes in that way, and then up around. So, job done. Reassemble everything. There you go, so it's all reassembled. Just stick the door back on. And job done. As you can see, it's all quite a bit of effort really, just for the sake of really having an inspection right here and the plate being further up. But that's really down to the installers, and as a chimney sweep you see this every other day, as I'm sure any of you sweeps watching will understand. Anyway, I hope that helps.